So you hear me talk a lot about visualization. And visualization requires an image in your mind. For instance, when you think about your car, you get an image of your car. You know what the inside looks like, you know what the seats look like, you know what the radio looks like, how it works. You know, you have an idea of how your car looks. If you think about your house, you know how your house looks. You know how your bedroom looks. You know what it looks like right now, even if you're not there. An image, a movie plays across the screen of your mind. I don't know what it is, how it works, but it works. So when you think about visualization, how the mind works, you don't really have an image for it. But when you do get an image, then you can start to get a better understanding of how it's working. So I want to map out the way I visualize it and how it works in my mind. You start like this. You take it, the sequence of growth. Here we have growth, and down here we have the opposite of growth, which would be decay. And then we could have past experience over here on this side and future experience on this side. And you are going to be right here in the center. Here's you. Look, it's you in the middle. You. There's you in the middle. Now, every decision you make, you're either going in one of these four directions. It's the only way possible. It's the only thing that exists. We're going to call you right here in the present moment. You never leave the present moment. This is the present moment. So as you go through each day, like I said, you have an image in your mind, several things. When you go to do something, you get an image in your mind of what that thing is going to turn out like, how you're going to do it, and it's dictated by one of these. Whether it be in the growth or going away from growth, so we're just going to call it decay, where you're looking to the past experience or the future experience to always dictate where you're at right now. So we can either be growing into a future experience, which is ideal because we always want to be growing and expanding and improving our lives. Or we can be growing into a past experience, which is only going to create more of the past. And we don't want to stand still, and we don't want to go backwards. And we can also grow in this way, which would be extremely negative, which would be a past experience going backwards and decaying, which would be making us worse, which would be creating disease, atrophy, muscle, losing money, all things involved with decay of your life, your spirit, just all things in general, which would be going in the backwards direction. This is all based off your thinking. Or we could be decaying and going into the future experience, looking at our future, thinking it's going to be terrible because it's always been terrible. So you're going into the future and it's going to be terrible. Now, on the opposite of this, we need a picture of the mind. So we're going to call this the mind. We're going to call this the mind. This is your body. Right here across the center, you have the conscious mind. And you have down here, subconscious mind. The conscious mind is dictated by 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which would be here, see, smell, taste, and touch. 5 senses. 5 senses dictate the conscious mind. This is where you have ideas. This right here is where you generate ideas. And your ideas are going to be based off of one of these 4 experiences. Growing into the future of new ideas, growing from past experience and past ideas is going to dictate you thinking, I haven't done this before, so I can't do it now. That's just an idea. Because you can grow into a growth aspect of, in the future, I'm growing every day in every way and getting better and better. That's a quote from someone. I don't know who it is, but it is a quote from someone. I didn't make it up. Or you could be growing into past and decay. You don't want to be going backwards and you don't want to be decaying. You want to be going in this direction. Right here. This is the winning side. Winning. Winning. You want to be winning. This right here is losing. And this over here is losing. And this is losing. They're all ideas. Every bit of this is an idea that you have in the present moment. So everything that you're thinking right now is going to be putting you into one of these four sections. Winning, losing, losing, or losing. You want to be in the winning aspect. Back to this side. Every idea that you have is going to go into here. And every idea you have here will ultimately sink into here. And this is called the subconscious mind. It does not have an ability to reason. This part of your mind has ability to reason. Reasoning mind. So this has the ability to reason, which is going to be one of these aspects. And then the more you reason these things, it's called habitual thinking, is planted here, gets supplanted here, and then expressed here. Everything you think habitually, no matter whether it's a new idea that you continuously think about and you instill it in your mind every day, you write it down, focus on it, those ideas get instilled into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind does not think or reason. It only takes what's given to it and expresses it through the body. This is expressed through the body. Would you remember, the conscious mind works off of these five senses. But these five senses don't dictate all of your capability of thinking. This is just a safety feature. You can hear, see, smell, taste, touch. And it can tell you what to eat, what not to eat, things that are safe to look at, or if there's danger, if you don't want to walk off a cliff, you have sight. If you know if there's a fire inside the building you're about to go into, you can smell it and you can see it. So this helps you survive, but it doesn't necessarily dictate the ideas that you can have in your mind. But they're all going to be sank into the subconscious mind. And this is going to dictate your results. Your results are going to be dictated by what's in here. Positive or negative, it does not matter. Same way up here. You can have positive or negative ideas. It does not matter. But here's the thing. Spirit always is for expression and fuller expansion. Spirit is always for fuller expression and higher expansion. Always. It's the nature of spirit. It wants to express itself more. It says in the Bible, one of the quotes, that all things wait for the day that the sons of man will express it through it. Meaning that we can have the idea of how we can create new things out of this material world. One of the best examples of that is Booker T. Washington. You look him up, he made ways out of corn and all kinds of agricultural things that were never thought of before. They were there, but they hadn't been thought of before. This is how it works. You can choose. It says in the Bible, if thine eye be single, thy whole body would be filled with light. It doesn't mean our eyes here, because you have to go through and you have to see thousands of different things every day. But as you look at those thousands of different things, you can choose to see one thing in that. You can see the expression of God, expression of infinite intelligence. There's an infinite amount of capabilities in all things. It's just like the first person that made a chair. He was sitting there, or he was standing there apparently, because he needed somewhere to sit, and he thought of a chair. And then the chair evolved into where now we have recliners, we have rolling chairs. I mean, the options are endless for chairs now, and probably going to keep being endless. Excuse me. But, again, whether your ideas are positive or negative, they're going to sink into your subconscious mind. And then those in the subconscious mind is going to express itself through the body. There's no other way around this. Whether you're thinking of ideas or not, it's programming your subconscious mind. This is called the conditioned mind. Because all ideas will condition this. The conditioned mind is nothing but a mass of habits. That's what conditioning means. It means something done over and over and over and over. It's called conditioning. If you're working out, you know conditioning is running. Conditioning is getting you in better shape. Conditioning the heart to work better. So, again, you're always in the present moment. You're never going to leave the present moment. There's nothing else exists. It's always here and now. That's a big fact too. It's always here and now. You'll never not be right here, right now. It's impossible. You can take your mind and see potential, but that's happening right now. So to think that something is going to happen in the future, it's not. There's no future. I know I wrote future here, but that's just you know that we're going to keep evolving. Hopefully, we're going to wake up in the morning. We're going to keep continuing today. The present moment is an everlasting thing. You never escape the present moment. You can't get out of it. That's why it says, if thine eye be single, thy whole body will be filled with light. If you keep your focus on the one fact that there's one source of everything, God, infinite intelligence, He gave you this life. He gave you this ability. He gave you the ability to faith or fear. It's your free will. The opposite of fear is faith. In 2 Timothy 2:1-7, it said, for God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of self-control. That means if I have fear, if you have fear, then something is wrong. Because God did not give you a spirit of fear. He gave you a spirit of faith, of power, of love, and of self-control. It means that every moment, you're either choosing a negative thought or a positive thought. And it's just an idea. It's not necessarily truth. There are laws that govern this. And you have the idea and it expresses itself. It gets habitually thought about here, passes into the subconscious, and expresses itself in the body, giving you the results of your life. Very basic, very simple. It's not easy because you have a conditioned mind. This is the conditioned mind. This is the conditioned mind. What is conditioning? Conditioning is a mass of habits. So you might think that conditioning mind would be like some horrible thing to say, but it's just a mass of habits. It's just something that you've done repeatedly. If you've repeatedly thought you couldn't do something, then when you go to do something that you've never done, automatically, it's in the subconscious mind, it's going to be expressed through the body. You have to realize that it's always going to express itself through the body. And it's nothing wrong with that. You just have to realize that your conditioned mind has been habitually thinking, I can't do this. I can't do that. You have to stop doing that. You have to move out of that conditioned mind. You have to start with a new idea. You plan a new idea here continuously to condition this to a new idea that will automatically express itself through the body. We'll call the subconscious mind the heart of hearts. This is the heart of hearts. And in the Bible it says, as a man thinking in his heart, so is he. Conditioned mind. This might be bizarre to you. I'm not asking you to accept, reject. Just think about it. Just let it sit. You got an image here. You have all these ideas. Think about it. Conditioning is a mass of habits. You're always in the present moment. You can either choose growth into the future, which is just an image in your mind. It's always going to be right here and right now. So we're not taking ourselves into the future, where we're seeing it right here, right now, as who we are. I like to also say, enter into the spirit of it. What does that mean? If you enter into the spirit of who you think you are going to be into the future, it happens right now. It's happening in this present moment. It doesn't happen tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There's only right now. Always here and now. Forever. This moment is eternity. You're stuck in this moment. So you have to choose a new idea about this present moment. And you're either going to choose a growth mindset, or you're going to look at the past experience and think it's going to repeat itself. And you're either going to decay or grow based off of how you're thinking. It's going to dictate your results. This is massively important. You have the ability to reason. You have the ability to hear, see, smell, taste, touch. But that's not necessarily dictating where you're going. Because we know that the subconscious mind has been conditioned to some other idea already. You can choose to change it. It's going to take a lot of effort. It's not easy. You go to lose weight, it requires a lot of effort. You have to change everything. You have to change the way you eat, to change the way you think about yourself. You have to change your habits of everything. When you usually sit on the couch, maybe you need to be up doing something. Don't sit on the couch no more. When you usually think, I can't do this, that's not what we do. You have to change it. It's the same way. We'll call it spiritual bodybuilding. It's one of my favorite terms. We're going to call this whole process spiritual bodybuilding. Because you can't see this. We had to create an image for this. You can't see the mind. We're going to call this the mind. And we're going to call it spiritual bodybuilding. You can't see it. But just the same with regular bodybuilding, if I go in there and I try to get some big biceps, I have to envision it in my mind first. So before I ever get the muscle, I have to see it in my mind. Again, you have to see the growth in the future right now. Because you're always going to be right here, right now. You'll never escape it. Until next time, we'll do this whole process again. We can watch it every day. I can make this video every day. It helps me reinstill this into my mind because I still have to deal with the old conditioning. I still fight it. This is not an easy process. It's going to take work. It requires work every day. But for now, hopefully this helped. And hopefully you got something out of this. If not, leave a comment. Tell me how it could be better. Like it. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to grow together. This is going to be a process. I'm going to never stop working on this because this is the basis of reality. Whatever you choose to think about here, this idea is what dictates and programs this. And this will express itself in the body. Why would you ever stop thinking about this? I'm not going to. This is my life's work. It will forever be here and now. What time is it? It's now. All right. Until next time, thank you for watching. I hope this helped. And have a good day.